down. If she feels that way, if she thinks that way, I want to understand why. And I want to understand where she gets this information from, because I'm the membership chair. So of course that's going to be a question to me. How can she tell me who is invalid and she's never even, you know, and it's not she, I'm saying anyone. How would anyone know?
Yeah, I'll print
who's
it for you
valid
too
and
as
who
well if
isn't?
you'd like. I sent that on July 26th.
So the question is, how would anyone outside of the membership chair and the vice chair and possibly the chair know who's valid and who isn't enough to write the state? So we can leave it. I just want to, and I love dialogue. I don't have a problem with that.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for doing that,
Monica.
Monica. So I am also not suing the party. And I want all of you to know that I am fighting for this party, but this is not a fight that I can do by myself. So I was prepared for our meeting last week with the state to present that the state had looked at our list, had found, I think it was 15 or so, verifications they want us to go back through to handle. And we're in the process of doing that and resending the list. We have till August 31st. Because this will affect where people might be sitting, we want to send letters out to those folks. So I don't want to have a list out yet till after we've sent back to the state. And the state sent back a letter saying, okay, so this is what we have. At that point, we can present the list and we can present how that list came to be. At that point, which is what I think, you know, there are people who are going to be unhappy. They can then litigate at that point, but they will have the opportunity for any vacancies, for anyone who's adversely affected. Because, as I've always said, we may have not met the letter of how we did our elections, but to me, we always met the intent. Because we were a lot more inclusive. We were taking people in all the time. If you did it by the state bylaws, we really only take people in every 2 years. And possibly, on occasion, we had enough vacancies if your bylaws said what that would be. Because we've always had vacancies, people that show up and want to work, you want to be a member, fine. Remember that being a committee member, this is what we have to get out to everybody. Being a committee member really gives you the right to vote. But what do we really vote on? Think about the things we vote on. We think on things of high cost, specifically buying things for candidates, buying stuff for get out to vote, for our fundraiser. That's really the bulk of the things that we vote on. Because anything under $1,000 doesn't have to come up for a vote under our current bylaw. And we vote on officers. But it's our committees, and this again, and I agree with everybody, yes, we've been hamstrung. And I've said at the very beginning, I've been trying to get working committees. There's another set of committees that I actually did not really think about, but I would have gotten there eventually, is that our districts themselves are a committee. And they should be having their own meetings, and they can be having meetings with other people. Because we are just representatives of the people in the fourth. So we want to be putting out a good face and be doing the right thing.
Some districts only have 2
I
members.
gotta grow your members.
So we have to get out there and go get some people.
Grow your committee.
We have never effectively done that. We just let people come in the door. And that's, so let's be honest. I joined this party while we still had a Democratic government. It was easy to be a Democratic party. Okay? And because we never had to work for it, what we did got us through. Our connections with our state reps, our connection with the governor. We were a blue county. We had enough blue friends. So we talked to 2 or 3 people. They talked to 2 or 3 people. We were good. That was the effectiveness of our arm. It worked. But now we're in a different situation. And those connections aren't there. So, yes, we've been caught up in some back and forth. I get that. But I need us as a committee to be together. I need to do my part, let you guys do your part. Okay? I will tell you a big thing about me. If I don't see it getting done, I just start doing it. But the problem is, it's really too much for one person to do. So it does start falling through the cracks. So I need everyone to pick up their piece, or say where they think they can help.
Let's get back to the litigation issue.
Yes.
What is our stand on that?
Well,
What
let
are we
And
going
all
to
to
do?
let me finish. Let me finish 3 more points with the state, and I think you'll get that through. And I think I missed Chris. Did you want to add anything else?
Bob. We're looking for a sponsor from the practice.
All right, please send to me a copy of the email. That was the email I was referring to where I was told in the email that I could a lawsuit might be contemplated. So I did that. And it says, now he's telling us, do not fret about litigations. He says we get these threats all the time. Very few are ever filed. So far we have won every one that did get filed. Courts are reluctant to interfere with the internal workings of political parties based in part on the party's First Amendment association rights. I can discuss that with, he didn't talk to me about the case law, but if we need it, we can. And then he's told us to operate as normally as we can and get on with the work and don't be disrupted. Yes, Russell.
Just wanted to add also, when I left the last meeting we had, we were threatened with another lawsuit by Jared.
Okay.
And
I sent that email. That's who sent me the email. So
was it after the last meeting?
No, it was right before.
It was, no, after the last meeting, he threatened, he said, rather than, I'll have you know, and I don't know why he told me, but I just said, thank you very much, and continue. So I just wanted that to go.
And Joy,
Right.
Joy told me he wanted to sue it too.
But I believe they said it on Austin Roads, and that's the most, Austin Roads, that's the most recent. So, I mean,
this
No,
was-
that was
this
after.
was
This was
after.
after. That
This
was
was the
after.
last meeting we had with Arnold Martin.
Yeah.
oh.
They were right there,
Yeah.
and
I'm sorry,
as
yeah.
we
Okay.
tried to talk to them, I shut it down and said, we're not gonna discuss party business on the street corner. I
Yeah.
refused to do that.
Jared-
As I was walking away, Jared and then Joey said, well, I'll let you know, we're gonna sue you, and I just said, namaste.
Well, Jared, Joy, and Jim told me the same thing.
I think right now, my understanding, so to answer your question, Betty, is that the state party will step in on this type of lawsuit. And so our main thing is to keep a record, as Rosalind's putting out there.
Now, what is the first thing that the state said? You said that they're, the first thing that he said to you in that letter?
Oh, preserve any and all documents.
But there was something else that you read about, nothing comes of it.
Oh, they said very few are filed,
Very
and so
few.
far we've won everyone that has gotten filed because the courts have deferred to the political party.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
with what I've experienced in the last couple of months from coming down from the state is wishy-washy. And I'm not gonna have my liability, I will not want to be exposed. I do not want to be exposed. I think we have a right to protect ourselves. Yes, we are exposed. You tell me we're not exposed. You tell me we're not, when somebody come up to me, somebody, and scratch up my car, somebody come up to me, tell me not exposed.
Yeah, that's
Different. I'm outside. I'm outside.
Yeah, you are.
I'm outside. You gonna tell us we're not exposed?
listen, we're here talking about legal exposure. Because we are a part of the Democratic Party of Georgia, all legal exposure is with the party. We are not a legal entity. We are a part of
All positions that you can
You open that. Where you come from, Frank?
No, I come from
They can
a
only
lot
see
of
you in your
lawsuits.
capacity
And
as a party.
one person at a time.
your capacity.
But, folks, and this is what the party is saying to us, what they're saying. A political party is incorporated at the state level, not at the county level. We are not an incorporated anything. We're just a committee, and that's why they call it committee. We're not. We are a committee of the Democratic Party of Georgia, and if they sue, they have to sue the entity. They can't sue us.
They put your name on the list as well. My name been on many lists and shit.
No,
My name has been on many lists.
I'm dealing with law.
Okay.
Please,
Please let
Robert's
Franklin-
rule says one person at a time.
Please keep talking.
Well, we're talking about litigation. The litigation will be filed against the Democratic Party. That's the only legal entity that they can sue. They can't sue. We're not a legal entity.
Okay. I just want to ask another question. So are you saying that in the event that there, perhaps something else may happen, that we shouldn't sit here and look at it from all sides? Or we should just take that and go along and just like skip off into?
No, we're not gonna skip. No, we're not gonna skip.
I'd rather look at it from all sides and be prepared. That's all I'm saying. And I understand what you're saying.
The state is saying to us, we need you to be prepared.
That's
So
what
we need
he's saying. He's
That's what I
thinking
was-
personally, and you didn't let him finish what he's saying. He's looking at any personal exposure because everyone as individuals have collateral damage that could come out of this. So you have to let him express what his is, because he may have to come with a countersuit because of the
But
being
if somebody,
named. And let me just say this, Frank, and let me say this, Frank, and then when they bring a lawsuit against the party, they're gonna name names. The party didn't do it. The party is
The
not the.
committee.
May I finish? May I finish? The party is not the membership, the second vice chair over membership. So they're gonna be dealing with the individuals in the party who did certain things. So the individuals in the party, like the parliamentarian, let's say that we're in a meeting and it's getting disruptive and somebody falls out from a heart attack. The question would be, where was the parliamentarian, or where was this person, where was the sergeant at arms who was supposed to do things? So I think it's important that we look at this thing very closely. That's all I have to say.
You have something, Chris?
I think we need to be prepared. I think we need to prepare ourselves, because even though the state will come in, I think in order to help the state to come in, we got to be prepared ourselves. I mean,
So what do you need?
What do you think we need to do? What do you think we need to do to prepare right now?
You can.
Share one.
No,
it's not in it. That was right.
If we want the group to follow Robert's Rules of Order, we have to do it here in our committee meeting.
You got the floor right.
Okay.
You got the floor.
just like everybody in here has homeowners insurance, somebody slip up and fall on your property, you get sued. Whether you use your property for somebody else's cause or not, you still get sued. I have been personally sued 28 times in my lifetime. Okay? 28 times in my lifetime. 28 times they sued the wrong person.
But you still have to go to court.
I still had to go to court. I still had to get my lawyer. I still had to get my lawyer to prove that they sued the wrong person. So you can't tell me, Frank, they sued me when they sued the church. Person that slipped up coming down the stairs from the church. Okay? My name was on that lawsuit. Christopher G. Johnson. They had my home address on that lawsuit. They didn't just have the church address. 3 churches. When a fight broke out in the church one time, I got sued because my They said my ushers did not control, and the lady broke a partial, came out of her mouth. So
What do you recommend that we do? Get a surety bond and
I believe we need a liability insurance and a lawyer. I think we need a liability insurance and a lawyer. If nothing but one on file, we're ready to call at any moment.
We're not having.
Well, why don't we just say that you can go out there and look and see can we find one that was willing to be, that might be willing to take on. I mean, we're not saying actually go out and engage him, but make sure that he's somebody that's going to do that. Available.
Hold on, Roslyn.
I just have my finger.
I understand.
When you're ready.
But we've already discussed getting a surgery bond, so that needs to happen as soon as possible. Okay, you guys were working on that, so that needs to happen. Okay, so that should be addressed. Yes, Roslyn.
Now, to what?
I recognize Roslyn.
Sure.
And liability, it's a liability insurance.
To what Chris said, I also say that we need to spend time. I think that if a lawsuit litigation comes down, countersuits need to be ready to go. Because if someone put my name on something and I was doing my job and they dared to put my name on some litigation, they better be prepared to be able to fight back themselves, because it's going to be a fight.
Now, Madam Chairlady,
Yes, sir.
my personal position is that I'm like Frank, I'm like Bob. I'm never afraid of lawsuits. Cause I got 12 names on my Rolodex. One of the names on the Rolodex is a lawyer. 3 times, 3 of them. So I have zero problem. I'm just asking us to prepare ourselves. Somebody said they make a threat to me. I do not. My mama taught me something a long time ago. Never underestimate anybody. And I'm over 50.
No.
And God bless me. And I don't underestimate anybody. And so I trust people. When somebody says they're going to sue me, I trust them. I take them at their word until they don't do it. When somebody said they're going to slap me, I take them at their word until they try it and they lose their hand. I take them at their word. So I was told we were going to get sued by 3 people. Joey told me, Jim told me, Jared told me. What's your name? Roslyn said she been sued. You've been told you're going to get sued. Everybody in the room been told they're going to get sued. In fact, I saw where even the state going to get sued, because I heard the state going to get sued. So therefore, we can't be sitting around the table to think like we in La La Land. That somebody may not come through with their suit. We got an election coming up in 2018. We got to get ready for election. The last thing we need to do is come back here to this table 2 or 3 months from now and say, hey, we got this law, we got this paper, what we going to do about it? Okay, I don't want to go down. I want to be prepared. I'm a Boy Scout, I'm an Eagle Scout, and I'll be a Boy Scout for the rest of my life. I always be prepared.
I don't think nobody's talking about not being prepared, but sometimes you can be spending time on things that don't. Folks, I'm like you, I've been sued, I've been beat up, I've been done it all. But one thing I say, we don't need to spend a lot of time with people that talk a lot. Because see, they talk a lot, let them tell me they're going to sue me. I think the state said a good thing. Get all your paperwork in order, be in order, because if you're in order, you're ready. I don't think we got to do anything but do our job and we'll be ready. I don't think we need. And because the other piece we're going to do it anyway. We already going to get there.
I just do agree with him on, we need to shoot him on.
Right.
Yes,
I agree with that.
with that.
And I don't, and I'm not saying we need to go out and retain a lawyer, but I think we need to go out and investigate. I don't have a problem with him going out and investigating to see who would
Be
be
available.
to take the case and who would
So
take.
we're not then looking for
So if we do need a lawyer, we got one we can call up, we can put him in a Rolodex and call him up. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm not saying retain a lawyer.
Okay,
Can I
wait a minute.
just
Hold on,
make-
Betty first.
We make that as a motion.
Yeah, I'm doing
to
that.
protect
Yeah.
ourselves.
Okay.
We have talked
You know.
about some of these things before, and they've just kind of fallen flat. So I'd like to see that it's official.
Okay?
Let's make a motion for the surety bond and to go out and.
But we've already done the surety bond.
No, we haven't gotten it.
No,
We're working on it.
We haven't gotten it, but we, at the
Talking
next,
about-
We're talking about doing it. That's
We're
it.
talking about doing it.
Let's do it.
We're talking about agreeing that this is what that we're going to do to protect ourselves as a committee and as individuals. And the next point
Yes.
is, how are we gonna handle meetings? Are we gonna continue to have this disruption? How are we going to handle meetings so that we can take care of the business at hand?
Before you
Okay,
get to that
before we get to
second
that
part,
Let's do
yeah.
the first part.
Yeah, and I would ask that we make an amendment I'll make a friendly amendment to the motion. Can I do that before we
You didn't really
second?
make a motion, so I think you have to.
Make a motion first.
Okay, I'll make a motion, I'm sorry.
Make the whole thing, and then you do it the way you want it to.
Yeah, okay then. Madam Chairwoman, I ask that we, it's a two-part. First part, that we go ahead and get the surety bond and liability for the board. And then secondly, that we assign the, one of the vice presidents, probably second vice president, to go ahead and find an attorney, investigate getting an attorney for this board, and that's my motion.
All right, so I have
Second.
a motion and a second.
Thank you.
All in favor? Or, I'm sorry, call the question.
We have to call the
Call the
question.
I did call the question. I caught myself. Call the question.
what,
I,
Hold on, Ross, first.
We can discuss and answer the question, right?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, discussion, yeah.
I'm sorry, sir.
what I wanted to say was that as membership chair, excuse me, Frank, I just wanted to see what, there, a lot of members have come to me about things that they've experienced at the hands of the group. And when we, speak to, I wanna, work with the second vice chair to make sure that he has all of those things that have happened. These are actual things that have happened.
Okay.
And then what I want to add to it is, I mean, I take no delight in this because, like I said in the January meeting, that, you know, it was a new administration, and if, you know, give it a chance, and if we found things weren't right, that I would work with anyone to correct those things. So, but I can't overlook what members have come to me and told me what happened to them by the hands of some disruptive people. So I just wanted to put on the table that I would love to, because I have the reports from, I didn't say I had a process.
But that doesn't tie with the question.
I'm sorry, okay. Her hand was up.
You were gonna make
No, I
an
think
amendment.
I think Franklin had something.
He had
It's actually.
So is that, I just, so just, okay,
Yes, please.
good, thank you. I'm sorry.
So that we call,
Discussing
let's
the
go back to
Motion on the floor.
motion on the floor, and Franklin had a
Surety
discussion.
bond and attorney, that was authorized
Well-
by attorney, that's what the motion on the floor.
One friend of the with the insurance, and then there's a third part, and we need to make sure it's in there. Surety bond, committee liability as board, right, and rental property liability. See, we have a physical,
Building.
because that's the only legal thing we have that we control, you know, as this property. So we do need liability insurance. It, you know, like homeowners, if we own it, but we don't own it.
I think that is tied in with the liability piece, and I do want to say that he can't make that part of his report when he does that, yeah.
You can go there, but
Yeah.
right now, we just want, we
Excuse me, I think he wants to amend it to add surety and liability.
I accept that.
Surety bond is a liability.
You want to see it, you
Say
don't
it,
see
and
it.
we'll say it, so
Clarify.
I got it now.
Including the liability for.
For the property, for the property.
I
Will
accept
somebody
that.
please read it, the motion as it stands
The
now,
motion
so
on,
we can vote on
the
it?
motion by Terrence Dickens, second by L.C. Miles, that with the addition that we secure surety bond and authorize for us to get an attorney.
No, it's authorized, not to get an attorney, but to,
Consult on- to
Investigate.
consult.
investigate.
Investigate or consult?
Treat it as investigate.
All right, let me, hold on, let me.
That was what the motion was.
All right, yeah, I'm like, okay, let me ask for substitute.
Because to get an attorney, we're gonna have to, that requires funds, we're gonna have to approve by.
And not only that.
Can we
Well,
consult one?
you-
Can we
Let me
just-
say-
That's what we're saying.
Consult instead of
Consult.
investigate.
Yeah.
Consult,
Right.
yeah, give them all of our
And then you come back and then
documentation. Yeah.
we can go there for us. See what-
I'm willing to go
Get
with
one or
consult.
spend one until
So we, will consult be okay, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then, consult. I consent to consult being used.
To
Yeah.
consult with an attorney, yeah.
Yes.
Can we vote now?
Let me read it again. Make sure everybody's okay.
Yeah, let's be real.
You wanna read it again?
Yeah, motion by Terrence Dick, second by LC Miles, that we secure, procure liability insurance bond and authorize for the consulting of the attorney.
Consultant attorney, okay.
Okay, that's in order.
All right.
That's what it said.
Well, I'm just thinking about the wording, but it's okay. So, that's been read, do I need to call for a second? So all in favor of that motion? Any opposed? All right.
Unanimous?
So, to your second point as to how to handle disruption, let me offer Sid Gates' suggestion. He is suggesting that there be a meeting between, I guess, some of the exec committee and those that are causing disruption as they're willing to come to a mutual understanding so as to not have disruptions.
I disagree with that, Madam Chair.
So, she asked me how to address the thing. I'm offering up, and I told Sid I would, so please make note that I offered up Sid's suggestion.
We going by the book.
I'm not saying you can't, but I wanted to give the executive committee, because I told him,
Okay, all right.
I wanted to give the executive committee the opportunity to have that discussion,
Okay.
because,
But
She's the chair, when she calls stuff, she calls stuff.
So-
I'm just saying,
I'm just offering up, that is what Sid said. So you can have a discussion.
I'm just saying that we can come up with a set of rules of conduct that we tried to pass before, but we was told that we couldn't do it, which was false stuff. But we can, as a committee, can come up and say, these are the rules of conduct for meeting conduct. You ain't violating of these rules, we'll actually put that.
Do we need a special meeting for that, or do we say that just?
We can do it right here. We wrote up.
Because it's not bylaws, it's an actual.
We wrote up policies and procedures.
We were
We
told.
wrote up something like that, but they told us that we couldn't use
But they
it.
were-
No, we were
Couldn't
told
do
by,
some part of it.
That's something that
Arnold
that's-
Martin, we could have a set of rules
Rules, yeah. Right.
of conduct,
Well,
but
that-
that had to be voted on by the membership.
Right, the whole committee,
Yeah.
right, that's.
So if we come up with a set of rules,
Right.
approve them here,
We-
take them back to the membership to be voted on.
Exactly.
And then we have to have some way of enforcing them.
Exactly. So that is true, so.
Well, if we have to get a policeman to come, at the meeting, we'll do.
Yeah.
We'll get a marshal or somebody to do
But
security.
we've talked about that before and it never went through. So what I'm saying is, we've had 8 months of nothing.
Right.
We've got 4 months left in this year. We need to have some assurance that we can act on what we're supposed to be doing.
One of the ways I know how to ensure is from to have the backup of a cop, because no one here, you guys are talking about liability and being sued. I don't want anybody here to get in trouble for assault. So that's one mechanism. Another mechanism is really to get some rules in place that then can be shown that you have done something and ask people to leave. So I'm gonna go with Terrence first and then.
I just very quickly, I want to say this. Yeah, and I think that I did discuss this with both, Second Vice President Christopher Johnson and with the chaplain. That I am concerned because of the deportment of the meetings, because of the disruption of the deportment of the meetings, that I did feel that it was fair that before we have another monthly meeting or any type of gathering, that we have some type of an opportunity to have dialogue, not to be mediated by us per se, but perhaps by, I'm recommending that PRC, Rabbi Kleinson, and who he would designate. Definitely to involve our second vice president, who's clergy, and Sid Gates, who is clergy. I would recommend it because I think it's also a spiritual matter. I think it's important. I think we are citizens. I think we need fellow citizens. We need to respect ourselves. And even if it doesn't work, I think it needs to go down on the record that we tried, that we did try. I think we should try. That's it. That's my feeling.
Here's my
I'm sorry.
I'll wait until I'm.
Go ahead.
I don't see where it's a spiritual matter when you can get in the face of a senior and intimidate them. I don't think it's a spiritual matter when you key a car. I don't think it's a spiritual matter.
That is all I would like to say is a complete allegation that has not been taken to any police or anything of that sort.
And
Alleged harassment.
How you gonna tell me my car what?
Okay.
No one's saying anything but you come up here.
Order, please.
You know
All
what?
the chairs come for order, Madam
You know what?
Chairwoman.
Let me just
All
say
they got
this.
the floor,
Let me
please.
say this though, but you want order on things that haven't been dealt with, and people have had enough. So it's good that people are willing to sit here and still be under this, but people are tired of it. So I don't know why he keeps responding like that, but I haven't experienced what he's experienced. And I'm not gonna sit here and calm him down when if you don't want people acting like that, then something should have been done a long time ago. So we're here talking about it now. I don't think it's a spiritual matter. People knew what they were doing when they walked in the door and did it. When the person turned to me and threatened me back in January, the person told me what I didn't want to see and what they were willing to do, and they came back the next month and said, if things are not right in here, we're gonna turn it out. It's not a spiritual matter when you stand up and say revolution is necessary when you've never been in a party to know what they did or what they didn't do. I don't have a problem with people who want to see things run effectively, who want things done correctly. I stand on that side. But to walk in the door and tell people they're not transparent, that there's no credibility, and there's no things to people who have worked tirelessly, because I've worked with some of those people who volunteered their time when no one else was around. None of these people who have complaints. I was there when Hilda Spinacy and Lydia Forrest came and worked from the morning to the night, 6 weeks, calling people on the phone without anything. So my point is to say this. I don't think, this is what I think. Here's the third option. You're the chair, okay? You have tried to be inclusive, all right? What meeting has to happen? If we have a meeting and we're a bunch of adults, we should know how to respect one another. If someone have a law enforcement here, if someone doesn't go according to the rules of the meeting, you as the chair have the right to shut that topic down. If they don't shut the topic down, decide they gotta go. What meeting has to be had with people who have come in here disrespectfully? So, what meeting has to be had? After 8 months, I can see if it just happened. It's been 8 months of disrespect.
Monica, do you have anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay, Terrence?
Yes, I did. I just want to say since that was kind of in favor with a spirit of what I was trying to say. The bottom line is this, and I'm going to quote Gandhi. We have to be the change we want to see, okay? I'm not having just no silly exercise just to be having no silly exercise. I think that we can't walk, just like you're saying, we cannot have our eyes closed that we don't have a situation. Our next meeting, no matter what it's going to be in, I'm going to be a kumbaya meeting. And that's why I refuse, I think it's silly that we have a business meeting that's not going to be about business, but it's going to be about axe grinding. And that's all it's going to be.
And when it becomes that we have a chair,
and that's why, and I'm going to direct this to the chairwoman, I want it to be about a dialogue. I want it to be about that issue, about the disruptions, and then you could say that, well, we're going to do, okay, that's fine. We've heard from everybody who wanted to say what they had to say, and now we're going to do A, B, and C. And that's it. And we're going to vote on it. And that's that. I mean,
Well, it wouldn't be a formal meeting, it'd just be...
we can't vote on it there, but at our next meeting, this is what we're going to be voting on. And that's it.
In my opinion, my thing is this. It's about the disruptions.
Yes,
it's not about anything else. We've always been open to hear what everyone's points of view, what they wanted, and even took information from them and tried to implement it, and it turned out to be erroneous. So this is no longer about what are you sitting down and saying, well, this is about the behavior. When law was disrespected in the meeting, that hasn't been addressed. That hasn't been dealt with. We have yet to deal with the disrespect that we've been subjected to, and we keep on saying, let's sit down and talk. What is it to talk about when it comes to disrespect? You've seen the behavior, I've seen the behavior, we've all seen the behavior. We have missing members here who refuse to come, and I've had a member, you know what the member told me? That she wanted to ask her son to come with her to the meetings about 2 months ago. And so recently she said, you know what, I'm not gonna ask my son to come to the meeting because if they get shot up in there, I wouldn't want my son to get shot, I wanna take the bullet. So I'm gonna tell my son to stay home and I'll come and be the sacrificial lamb. This is no more time to play. I'll leave right now if you guys don't really understand what's going on in this party. And if by now, why don't you understand it? Why we keep, let's deal with the disruption. We've dealt with, we've been inclusive, we've been fair. The fact that we're still at the table talking about this, and we have members who won't come to the meetings, who worked in this party forever. And then we got members who are talking about taking a bullet. I've been threatened. What more is it gonna take? What's wrong with us? Something's wrong with it.
I would like to make a motion that until this disruption is cleared up, that we have somebody from the sheriff's office or police department attend each meeting.
At least for 3 months. Until, we don't need to set no date on it.
That's right.
Okay, that's
It's serious.
It'll die down eventually like everything else.
Yes. And we don't have to meet with anyone. Why should we meet with people who've been threatening us?
Okay.
All right, I think, there's a motion on the floor.
What's the motion?
Oh, what was
The motion is that until the
Security.
Have security
disruption
at the, meetings.
calms down, that we have security of one force or type or another at each of our meetings.
The next 3 months.
No,
No.
definitely.
Until
The disruption.
Till the cows come home.
until the disruption
The old
is
members
no-
come back.
Until the disruption is no longer present.
Yes,
Second.
enough of that.
All right, second by Terrence. Let me ask you this question, Madam Chair. Can I ask?
Discussion, is it about this or something else? Okay,
Who will manage the security?
we will take care of getting the security
Who
here.
will manage the
Sergeant
security?
Arms.
Sergeant Arms. That's who.
I want to make sure we got it
Yeah,
on the book.
that's easy.
Oh, wait, hold on.
That's not in the
Hold
motion
on.
though.
Yeah.
Not in the motion,
Yeah,
what?
No, we need to talk
Security
about
will manage
that.
security.
We really need to talk about that. Because we have when the disruption started, and this is nothing, personal, let's be realistic. This, no one knew how to handle it. So I think that more than one person should be assigned to work with security. So that whoever is working with security has someone to talk to discuss what is going on and what we would like to see, and they can come to a decision. Because we got videotape of everybody not knowing how to do what to do, and this thing escalated. So we should have more than one round.
We have an organization. and we-
There's a motion on the floor.
There's
There's a motion on the floor.
There should be
Just
more
to
than one
obtain-
person.
Just to obtain security.
Until,
Her motion.
It's been
it's
said.
been seconded by
Second
Terrence.
already.
Is that
Terrence
right?
second.
So,
Until the disruption
It's up there.
is resolved.
Now, we're gonna deal with who's gonna be responsible.
not at this
for that.
motion, no.
No.
Not there in the motion.
That's fine, that's what we're saying.
All right. You got a question? Call the question.
Oh, call, I thank you. All in favor? Huh?
Is this at each meeting?
Each meeting.
No, just the,
Just the general meeting?
Just the general.
Okay, I just wanted to
Yeah,
clarify.
that's good.
Yes. I accept that inclusion.
All right, we're gonna, you amend, you accept the change? Okay, because you did say each meeting both here and there.
General.
So to answer your point, I would like the, sergeant at arms and first vice chair to,
I'm not security, man.
no, I'm not saying you're security man, just work. Just work.
I was thinking,
I think if you
That's
want
what your job.
right, they say,
I was like, this video showed me what the sergeant at arms is doing while this was going on.
They trying to say you weak, Frank.
Excuse me. Actually, the main question I need to have answered is that who's gonna be responsible for making sure that there's one here Can you start to argue that? Okay.
And if not, I'm chairwoman, if the sergeant at arms want me to be his backup.
Okay, work with Terrence. That'll work.
Mine is that whoever they use is licensed and insured as well.
No,
to make sure.
Yes. Like
My thing is, we only deal with the sheriff department,
Okay.
so you're dealing with legal law enforcement.
Just so there's
Now,
no-
who's going to pay for this sheriff?
We have to pay for it.
They're like 18 hours an hour, they're like 18.
It's about, wait.
You get
It's
minimum
about-
4
Hold
hours.
on, too many people
Minimum
talking.
of 4 hours.
Right.
4 hours.
Too many people.
When we write up the rules, let's include that.
Include what?
Include that if people are disruptive, they will be taken out.
Yeah.
All right.
This is a draft.
Madam Chair.
We gonna add something to it, that's just a draft.
Right, he was going to present to the executive committee to present.
I'm saying that's a draft. That's a working.
Okay, thank you.
But I forget with Chris, and we combine our notes.
Have a nice
Good
night.
night.
Be careful.
Okay.
Good seeing you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I missed, we did unanimously vote on it, right?
Yes.
We actually voted and it was approved.
All right, I want to make sure, I didn't want to write down what we said, and y'all, you don't know what I
That's a
said.
good policy, Chris.
And
I think one of the things is the presence of somebody in
Uniform.
uniform
That's been very
will
helpful.
reassure the members that there is being an effort made to control any type of outburst.
All right, so that will also help us with for avoiding any other litigation. Yes,
All right,
Leslie.
I just wanted to just bring up that most of the things that I talked to you about are things that members have brought to me. So the executive committee wouldn't know about these things if I'm silent about it. So so that's why I'm voicing them when we bring up different things to let you know what the body is thinking and what the body is feeling. So just one.
Yes, Chris.
Point of question. Yeah, point of question, we can make them, let's go.
I'm just wondering, I'm going to flip the sheet up. What's the point of question?
I'm acting up. The chair lady told me what? Cool down, right?
Yes, come to order.
Come to order.
Parliamentarians told him to come to order.
Parliamentarians come to order.
Sergeant told him to come to order.
Parliamentarians. Three times.
Yes.
Three times the charm, right? Now, my brothers and sisters around the table, I do not want the general chair lady to have to deal with discipline matters.
She's not happy.
But I'm just saying right now, I do not want the general chair lady.
That's why we have on structure, and you have
Well, that's why
a
we're here.
sergeant,
That structure is
because
very
once
effective.
y'all give me some rules, because this other problem, there was no rules. You give me a set of rules to say, here's how people are supposed to act with me. And you give people the warning. The next step is for me to go over to the officer and ask the officer to remove the person.
Because to
See, we
me,
gotta do it right, where we're,
okay, because to me, the chair lady is to be held, whoever the chairperson is,
Yeah.
should be held,
Presiding the meeting.
okay,
yeah.
but I don't know, the vice, I guess the vice in me comes out sometime, as LC would say, the vice comes out at a time. And so we want to make sure that some things happen without having a chair lady because this chair lady that we have really don't like you. So if we can handle it so that she can continue to conduct business, that's what I'm looking for.
And that's easy when we set some rules. See, when we open the next meeting, we need to, the first thing we do when the meeting is open is adopt the rules of conduct.
Right, and so about something to add to that, those rules, I'm saying, thank you, is to say that we follow Robert Rules of Order, should be the very
Right.
first thing.
So once that's adopted, then as Sergeant Arms, we have the marching orders. When the chair tells someone to,
Go ahead, different.
when the chair tells someone, have a seat, are discontinued, and then I speak to the person. If they continue, then that's why you have the legal person in there that can remove them from the room.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there will be no rules, that's the way it goes.
I mean, this is margin all we getting tonight, right? This is the clear rules that Frank
Is
said
that
he
gonna be
need.
written down, step
Right.
one and step two?
Frank
Well,
is
we
in
don't
charge.
have these are rough.
Yeah.
Just got draft.
Second advice. So.
I have a son on to manage security. That's his job, manage
And
security.
we got that motion, so before we move on, is there anything else, any other litigation issues? Litigation.
Before you leave that.
No.
But there's
No,
one other
because we
thing.
come out of executive session now. Anything else with litigation?
Well, yeah, I just want to make it clear that, if it's, like I said, I'm gonna back up for Frank. If he's not, available or whatever, I'll see that the sheriff's here. And that during the meeting night, you could appoint me sergeant at arms if for whatever reason he's not.
And that's what my question was regarding.
Yeah.
So now if I may, because Frank just mentioned there'll be two steps. I think that everyone should be clear in the room what his 2 steps are.
You didn't?
They're doing the rules that are then gonna be adopted by the executive board.
Excuse me,
You will
that was
know.
my question, are they going to
We're gonna write
be? So
those
his
down.
one step and his, no, he's talking, I
His
understand.
steps are gonna be written down.
The first step,
Everybody
that's what
have
I
it.
want to be clear on. Okay, thank you.
All right, now that'll be at the next meeting. 'Cause that's.
It's gonna be a working meeting,
But-
we don't need to work.
But the rules for the sergeant at arms to manage the security is not
No, sir.
gonna have to be voted on. Because he is actually at that point now executing his position. We don't have to vote on whether
No,
he
the conduct, it's the conduct.
No, I'm talking about you managing the meeting. You
Right, it's gonna
manage.
be on the sheet and that sheet has to be
But
voted
I
on.
think what they're saying is not me, the rules for me to manage me, but being clear to the members what the
Well,
steps
how-
are.
What the steps are about
But
this
they
right.
just said it's gonna be on that
Alright,
sheet.
what
so
if,
we voted on it.
It'll be on the sheet
what
so they
if
can
we
see it.
voted down? That doesn't mean that you allow junk to happen, that's what I'm saying.
Well, then you have to go back and rewrite the rules so you can get them passed.
No, what I'm saying is we have disruption, we just said we trying to do away with disruption.
See, that's
Okay,
what, that's
excuse me,
what.
time out, because this is not a meeting on the rules. Do we?
Well, it's
Those who want to stay tonight and want to do some rules work with Elsie, you're welcome.
Yeah, 'cause that's needed, and this about.
But right now, so I can close out the
Yeah.
exec session, so those who need to go.
You gonna make a motion to close out? or how you-
Is there any other issues about litigation that we need to, is everyone clear? Right now, we're going to make sure we have a surety bond, make sure that the liability, make sure that we've consulted with the attorneys, so we know that there may be 1 or 2 out there that are going to take on any issue that come before us, litigation or whatever, that we may need assistance with. Which at that point, we then will have to go to the committee and say, this is what's going on, and this is why we need a lawyer, and it'll be above $1,000. So those are our steps forward, and then to avoid future litigation, we've talked that we want to make sure we have rules of conduct and a police officer present to help mitigate possible threats and other things to our members to provide a safe environment. So those are all our steps to help mitigate and prepare for any upcoming litigation. So everybody's good with that? All right, any other items for litigation? All right, we have a motion to come out of the executive.
So,
All right.
Hold it, who motion?
Oops, sorry, I made a motion.
Motion and Betty second.
Bye.